And we're on live. Still not seeing it. Hang on. Refresh. All right. Welcome, everybody.
All right. So, yay. Okay. So we are live. We are here. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. And for those of you catching the recording, thank you for watching this. We're super excited to share with you just about what coaching is. We get this question all the time. What do? You see us posting all the time on social media. We invite you to be parts of these challenge groups. We talk about what it is that we do as coaches, and I get that all the time. I have no idea what you do other than you post your fitness journey. So we're hoping that tonight we'll kind of answer some of those questions for you. I'm going to start really quick, just introduce myself, share a little bit of my story. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Shayna Howell. I've been coaching for just over 3.5 years now. And I started on this journey shortly after I had my son. I had an emergency C-section. I really wanted to lose the baby weight and could not figure out for the life of me how I was ever going to have time in my day to make my workouts happen again. And that is when I went to Facebook and just kind of vented about it. And my coach, who happens to be Andy here, invited me to be a part of her challenge group. And I was like, what is a challenge group? I have no idea what this is. But if you've got a solution for me, I will do it. And she said I could work out from home, that I could do it in under 30 minutes a day. And I was sold. I was like, okay, if I can do this from home when my son is napping or in the morning or whatever, if I can work this into my schedule, perfect. So I joined her challenge group. I started doing the workouts. I dropped a pretty significant amount of my baby weight, about 25 pounds of my baby weight. So I had about 5 pounds to go when I decided to sign up to coach. And the reason for that was twofold. One, I absolutely loved the groups. I loved the community. I loved the people. I really enjoyed them. I was starting to see results. But two, I needed this financially. We got to the point when my son was just about 9 months old where I faced the decision of I've either got to go back to work or I've got to figure out something to do. We had all these medical bills rolling in. We were kind of buried. We were living off of borrowed money from my parents. And we didn't want to live that way anymore. And so when she brought up the coaching opportunity to me, I thought, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I really want to help people. And why wouldn't I want to pay this forward to people? It's really helped me. So sure, I will dive in. I will start coaching. And I dove in with this kind of gung-ho, I've got to make this work, but also this hesitation of, can this actually be something? Because at the time, MLMs were not as popular as they are now. And I didn't really know what an MLM was. I didn't know what it was I was going to be doing. I just knew that this had worked for me. And if it worked for me, it could work for somebody else. And I would love to help people be able to do that. And I would love to be able to stay home with my son. So over the course of these last 3.5 years of diving in, my husband's been able to quit his job and become a police officer, which is something he's always wanted to do, but it was a pretty significant pay cut for us for him to do that and take that job. So that has been absolutely incredible that I have been able to produce an income enough that kind of substitutes that so that he can do something he's passionate about as well. I've had another child. I'm 3 months postpartum right now. So I've gone through this business postpartum. I've gone through it during my pregnancy. I'm going through it postpartum again. And I will tell you now, I have not been at my peak position in my own physical fitness for these past 3 months being postpartum, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But over the course of these last 3.5 years, honestly, you guys, I have just completely changed my entire life. And I know that sounds silly. And to me, when people would say that, I was like, that's so dumb. Like, how can you completely change your entire life with a job? And it's because this is more than a job to me. This is something that I am passionate about. It is something that has pushed me out of my comfort zone. It's pushed me to grow as a person. And it's just been this completely life-changing thing for my health, for my family's schedule, for our freedom and our time. And it's just been absolutely incredible. So that's a little bit about my story. And I'm going to pass it off to Andy so she can share some of hers.
Hi, guys. I'm Andy. I'm really excited to be with you guys sharing all of this tonight. My life has been drastically changed by this whole opportunity. So anytime I get a chance to share about it, I get really excited and really happy. So my journey started about 4.5 years ago. My second son at the time was 1. I was still carrying around a significant amount of weight. I always battled weight issues. And it always bothered me. And I had gotten to the point in my life where I felt like part of me was settling, like okay, I'm a mom of 2 now. I've had 2 pregnancies. This is just how I'm going to be. And so I would use sarcasm. I would use like, I'll make fun of myself before anybody else can make fun of me sort of things as like defense mechanisms. But in reality, I was also really unhappy with where I was. I was uncomfortable in my own skin. I wore the same tank top to everything that summer because it was the only one I felt was flowy enough to hide my midsection that I've always been the most self-conscious about. And I just was over it. And so I would complain to close girlfriends about that feeling because that's like natural, right? And one of my friends happened to be a coach. I didn't know what coaching was. She mentioned P90X and Insanity at the time, and I knew what those were. In fact, I owned them. I had never completed them start to finish because I didn't have a coach to help me do it. And so I was like, yeah, whatever. So she convinced me that I needed a solution and I needed to do it. And as hesitant and skeptical as I was, especially of Shakeology, I said, okay. I was just at my wit's end, and I thought, you know what? She had a baby the same time I did a year ago, and she has abs, and mine are non-existent. So maybe I should try whatever she's doing. So I tried it, and just like Shayna, I jumped in my first challenge group not knowing. I was like, what is this? I use Facebook just to stalk people. I don't know what this group is, but okay. And she told me, I need you to check in every day, and I need you to follow this meal plan, which I didn't. I just drank the Shakeology, by the way. And I need you to do this workout. I need you to show up for you every day. So I did the workouts and I drank the shakes every day. And I ignored the part of where I kind of needed to fix my nutrition. But even still in that first group, the weight started to come off. My confidence immediately started to grow. And this like new me was born in that very first challenge group. So I went on I kept telling her, I need to be in another group. I need to be in another group. I need to stay on this. And I was naturally telling everybody that would listen how amazing this was, because anytime over those few first months I would see anybody I hadn't seen in a while, they'd be like, dang, what are you doing? Because I struggled with my weight my whole life. So for people to notice that the weight was actually coming off and I was like glowing, people would tell me like, you seem so different. You seem so confident. Like, what are you doing? People wanted to know. It was so easy for me to say, you've got to, get the hookup from my friend. She's got some sort of hookup, but I don't know. Like, I think she gets it cheap. That's what I thought. So a couple more months go by. I got down to, at the time, what was like a goal of mine, which was about 25-pound weight loss at that point. It was lower than I had ever been. Not that it's all about weight loss, but to me, it was a big deal because I had never been able to healthily get to that weight where I felt comfortable and confident ever in my life. So it was a really big deal. And my coach kept encouraging me to coach. I was sending her so many customers naturally because I just loved the groups. I had nothing but amazing things to say about them. And I kept telling her, no, thank you. I don't want any part of whatever sort of business you're in. I'm a nurse. At the time I was working nights as a nurse and I loved my job. It was my dream nursing job. And I wanted nothing to do with any sort of business activity. I was like, no. So it took some time for her to finally convince me to sign up. And I did. And it took me a few more months after that to even start actively coaching. And that's what I love so much about this is that I have been so changed by this process that literally transforms your life in such a positive way that I have no problem saying, look, if you're on the other end of the screen, you need to do this. It will rock your world in such an amazing way, from your health and fitness to your finances. And I will get more into that in a little bit, but the other part of my story is financial in that I was able to, 2 years ago, just this past week, quit my job as a nurse to be a full-time Beachbody coach, which really am a full-time mom because I have 3 kids and another one due in 2 months. So this can be done on a very busy schedule as long as you have the passion behind it. And I'll share more about that in just a minute.
All right. And I love that part of your story that you were able to quit your nursing job, because I remember being in the car with Andy and her debating whether or not she should do this. And I'm like, why wouldn't you do this at this point? Like, you love what you're doing right now. And I knew she loved her nursing job, but it was just incredible that this opportunity allowed her to be home with her kids, which I just love. Okay. So the one point that I wanted to touch on, because I get it all the time from people, is You do not have to be some sort of fitness expert to be a Beachbody coach. There is no way, shape, or form that I was ever a fitness expert, that I knew all of this stuff about fitness and nutrition before I started coaching. I don't think any of us who are coaches now, any of us on our team, on any other team, went to school to be a coach, okay? This was something that kind of came out of left field for probably most of us. And what I love about it is Beachbody has provided us with everything that we need to be successful in our own journeys and to help other people be successful. They give you the nutrition plans. They give you the Shakeology to drink every single day, which has been such a game changer for not only me, but my son and my husband. They give you these workout programs that no matter what your goal is, whether it's to tone up, to lose weight, to gain muscle, whatever it may be, to just gain flexibility, there is a program out there that will work for you. And if you follow it, you will be successful in that. And so that's the great thing about it, is that Beachbody is the fitness experts. These trainers are the fitness experts. And all we have to do is follow along with their programs and help others to follow along with their programs too. And when we do that, we help everybody to be successful, whether that's on their weight loss journey or whether that's in your business journey. And I love that, because I definitely was not a fitness expert. Like I said, when I started this, I was about 9 months postpartum. I still had a little bit of weight to lose after having my son, because when I did join a group with Andy, I'm not going to lie, I never did drink the Shakeology. I was like, nope, too expensive for me. I can't afford it. I'm not a shake person. And so when I decided to coach, that was the first time I'd ever tried Shakeology, and literally within a week had completely changed me. And what I love is you get to be out there and sharing what it is that you're doing, sharing what it is that you're loving, that's changing your life, and helping others to do the same thing. And that's all it is that you have to do. You learn as you go. With any job, there's that learning curve. There's that, I don't know the answers to everything. And the cool thing is, if you don't know the answers, that's what we've got the team for. We have this great team community that you'll be a part of, and we're there to help you answer your questions. You've got tons and tons of resources out there. And like I said, as long as you can narrow down what program it is that's going to help you reach your goals, or help a person that you know reach their goals, as long as they follow that program and follow everything that's laid out for them, it's literally laid out step by step, you will be successful, and you'll be able to help them be successful. You definitely do not have to know it all at all whatsoever. And like I said, I mean, I started this 9 months postpartum. I still had some weight to lose. I am now postpartum again. I'm 3 months postpartum, and this has been the greatest accountability on my weight loss journey after having my daughter. And like Andy said, it's not all about a number on the scale. It's about how I feel. I feel so much better. I feel so much more confident. I feel better in my clothes. I feel good being in front of the camera and going to the beach with my kids. And I'm not this self-conscious person anymore because of what this whole entire opportunity has been able to bring into my life. So you definitely don't have to be a fitness expert. You don't have to be at your goal. I actually kind of love the fact that I'm getting to do this postpartum journey all over again, out in the open, sharing it with people, because that's what's going to connect you with people, is how you're doing on your journey, how you deal with your struggles, the ups and downs of this, and how you can help people do the same thing. So I'll pass it back on over to you, Miss Andy.
All right. So one of the biggest questions I get is, how much time is this going to take? And as my biggest objections to even pursuing this, when my coach continued to ask me, was, number one, I'm the biggest skeptic ever. So I thought it was some big scam and they were going to take my money and run, and that there's no way anybody could actually build a business doing this. I thought she was a little bit crazy to even suggest that. And number two was time. I remember telling her so many times, I don't have time. I work 2 nights a week. And also I had started up this other business teaching natural childbirth, because I'm a baby freak, obviously. And so time was a big deal to me. Like I literally wouldn't sleep for 24 hours a couple days a week because of my job. And then I'd be taking care of my kids when I wasn't working. So time was a big issue for me. And what I learned was that it's more about doing certain things that we will teach you, that I was taught from our big, amazing team that we're a part of, that's been uber successful, that help you, first of all, with time management in general, not just with your business, but with life. That was so helpful for me, just in life in general, but also how to work this business in a small amount of time, in pockets of time. And I know a lot of us, not all of you, I doubt all of you are moms, but for those of you who are, I've always used the mom analogy that we have no time to even shower some days. So how could you work a business? But it's doable. And what I learned is that it's all about doing certain things that will teach you consistently, more so than spending hours a day doing it. It's getting really good at following a to-do list that we will give you, that we mentor you one-on-one with, and actually doing the things every day. So in my 4 years now experience as a coach, what I've seen is that the people who actually put that into play consistently thrive in this business. It works for them. The people who dabble, I'm just going to be completely honest, because that's how we are on this team, is the people who dabble and do it here and there and then kind of take a step back. It's really hard to get going. But at the same time, it doesn't take a lot of time. So just a little snapshot. Up until that point in my business, when I was able to walk away from my nursing job, I worked about 1 to 2 hours a day. And it wasn't always 1 to 2 hours blocked off, nobody bothering me in my office doing it. It was pockets of time that I found where I would knock out that to-do list that I mentioned. And it worked. And doing that every day is what got me to the point where I had surpassed my nursing income, almost doubled it, and was able to go, oh my gosh, Shayna, as we're driving home from this leadership conference we got invited to, which even at that time seemed crazy that we were even at this leadership conference paid for in this really nice hotel, where I went, oh my gosh, at that time I had just had my third son. He was 6 weeks old. So just like in Shayna's story, I have been doing this through multiple children now, multiple pregnancies. This is my second pregnancy coaching. And I have found the time, and I have all the confidence in the world, if this helps you at all to make this decision, I have all the confidence in the world that I will continue to grow my business and move forward personally and professionally as a coach postpartum with this fourth kid. You might think I'm nuts, but I have that confidence, and a lot of it has come from doing this job, which is crazy, and I'll try not to cry, but it's so true. So whether you work full-time or you are a mom, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, and that in itself is like beyond a full-time job, let's be honest. Or maybe you're a full-time working mom with kids. That in itself is huge, like no time for you, right? We will help you strategically find those pockets of time where it will work for you. That's part of what I take on as part of my job if I mentor you on this team. And we do, not only do we mentor people one-on-one, but we also have trainings set up to help you with that. So you will not be on your own. We will teach you everything we've done. And even now with 3 kids, 2 in school, a 2-year-old, a baby on the way, I still work in those pockets of time. Just because I'm a full-time coach now, I do not have all day long to work this business. So I've learned how to work smart, not hard, when I am working, it is very focused and intentional. And a lot of times that means getting up before my kids get up and staying up a little late. But it is so worth it to be able to provide for my family the way that I have and say, wow, some days I'm working 2 hours, some days I'm working 4 in these little pockets of time, nap time, whatever. But I don't have to go to my night shifts anymore. My time is my time. And I love that. So if you're worried about the time part, I get it. I totally get it. But I just want you guys to know that I have all the confidence, as does Shayna, that we can teach you how to make this work in your very busy life, because I know all of our plates are very full. So I'm going to send it back over to Shayna.
All right, guys. So what are the requirements to be a coach? This is the other question I get a lot is, okay, what's going to be required of me? What do I have to do? And the really cool thing is Beachbody takes care of all the headache stuff that you would normally have to take care of in a business. So we don't deal with the customer service stuff. We don't deal with returns. We don't take credit card information. We don't stock products. We don't have to do any of that. It's all done for us. The only thing that we do as coaches, it's a requirement, you pay a $15.95 a month business fee. And that is what takes care of all that back office stuff that we don't have to think about, which is amazing. It's stuff that I don't want to have to think about. I want to have to think about the fun stuff, which is focusing on me and my health journey and helping others to focus on their health journey. So that is all you have to do as a coach. Okay. There are no big upfront costs, which for me was huge. When I signed up to coach, I had no money. When I joined Andy's group, I borrowed a program from a friend. I did not buy a product because I did not have the money to do that. We were sinking financially. Okay, so when I signed up to coach, I was like, okay, honey, I'm going to sign up to coach. I'm going to put it on her credit card. I know we can't afford it, but I'm going to make this work. And what I loved about it was all I was doing to sign up to coach was purchasing a challenge pack, which is everything you need to get started on your own health journey. So you're not buying a bunch of stuff that you're then going to have to sell to people. You're literally just getting what it is that you need to get started on your journey so that you can start sharing that. So a challenge pack is access to all of the workouts that we have. We've got this incredible thing called Beachbody On Demand right now, which gives you basically Netflix for workouts of every single program that we have to offer for an entire year, which is incredible. They did not have this when I signed up to coach. I wish they would have, because I just bought one program. But you get access to absolutely everything with this challenge pack. You get your first 30 days of Shakeology. And like I said, I didn't try it until I started coaching, and it has drastically changed my life. 3.5 years, I've been drinking this shake that I swore I was not a shake person for. And it has made the biggest difference. I actually used it as my prenatal, which is awesome. That's how good this is for you. It's not a just meal replacement shake. It's not just a protein shake. It gives you everything that your body needs and is oftentimes missing in your nutrition, okay? So you get all the workouts, you get your Shakeology, you get these portion control containers, which go hand in hand with a lot of the different programs that go hand in hand with the meal plans that are provided for you. And then you get access into a challenge group. So whether you've been in a challenge group with us before, or whether you are joining and you've never been in one, you get to be a part of your first one. And basically a challenge group is where you're checking in every single day. You're checking in with your workouts, you're checking in with your shake. You're getting these tips and tools and encouragement and support from this community. It's that community I talked about that I fell in love with, the reason that I wanted to start coaching, to share this community with other people. You get to be a part of that. And so when you purchase your challenge pack, it is completely free to sign up as a coach. And that's awesome. You don't have to pay this additional fee because you want to be part of a coach. Beachbody wants you to coach. Beachbody wants you to be able to share these products with other people. What I love about this company is their mission statement isn't sell a bunch of products or get this out there to everybody and have it sit on people's shelf. Their mission statement is to help people lead healthy and fulfilling lives. And that is what I love, because that is our purpose as coaches. It's not to push products on people. It's to truly help them be able to do this start to finish. And that is what you are provided when you sign up to coach. Now you get a 25% discount when you're a coach on everything, including your Shakeology, which is amazing. So that $15.95 a month that you pay as a coach, you're still actually going to be paying less between that and your Shakeology to be a coach than you would if you were just a customer. So that is a really awesome thing. And you get 25% off everything else. So fitness products, apparel, anything else that you might want from Beachbody, you get 25% off. And then you earn a 25% commission on everything that you help people with. So you help people with the challenge pack, with Shakeology, with products, whatever it may be, you get a 25% commission on that, which is really awesome. Some things you actually get a little bit more than 25% commission too, which is really cool. Then the biggest part of this, if you're really wanting to grow this business, is growing your team. And this is something that was a little intimidating to me at first. I'm not going to lie, because I didn't know what I was doing as a coach when I first signed up. And the incredible thing is we've got an amazing team. So we're all here to support you, to train you, to help you learn how to train your coaches, how to bring people onto this team. So as you start this at first, you're not alone. But as you grow your team, you get to earn a percentage off of what they do as well. And this I love as well, because it's not about just bringing on all these people onto your team, signing up, and then you're like, oh, I'm rolling in the dough. You have to bring these people onto your team, and you have to help them to be successful too. And like I said, you've got all the tools laid out for you to help them be successful in this. And as they're successful, it's going to help you be successful too. And I love that, because it is truly all about how many people you're helping. You get paid to work out, to share about your workouts, to encourage other people to do this with you and help them to be successful. And truly, your income is based on how many lives you're able to impact and how many people you're able to help, whether that's on the coaching side of things or the fitness side of things. And that is what I really love about this. And to be honest, you guys, like I said, this kind of came out of left field for me. And I just made the decision one day that I wanted to change more than I wanted to stay the same. I wanted to be in a different position with my health, with my finances, with my time, with my family. And this has been the vehicle that's allowed me to be able to do that. And on top of that, has brought some of the most incredible people into my life that I never would have met otherwise. I mean, some of these girls who I'm now going on trips with all of the time, who are coming out to Arizona to visit me, I never would have met had it not been for this opportunity. So it really is incredible. It really is something that can change your life if you let it. And if you are nervous at all whatsoever, just know all of us were when we started. And you have just this entire giant supportive community at your back that wants you to be successful, that wants to do everything in our power to help you be as successful as possible on your fitness, on your health, on your time, on your personal development, your growth, everything. So it's just truly incredible. And I hope that this has helped to answer a lot of your questions and that you feel confident going into this and just knowing that this could be something that would be absolutely amazing for you. So I don't know, Andy, if you've got anything you want to add.
No, that's about it. I feel like you summed it up great. I can definitely second that. I mean, Shane and I have known each other since junior high, but I don't know that we would have reconnected. Definitely not on the level that we have. Shared many hotel rooms together and just a lot of life every single day together. And that's such another tremendous blessing to me. It's definitely a business of paying it forward. And, you get out of it what you put in it. And it's like your job is to pour into other people. And by doing that, you get so many blessings back. I just could have never imagined something better. And like I said, I was in what at the time was my dream job as a labor and delivery nurse. I loved my job. I never in a million years would have imagined doing anything else. So just like Shayna, this came out of left field for me and rocked my world. But I had to I had to say yes to it and learn and do the things, and it's paid off tremendously. And I just want that for you guys. I feel like we can't keep it to ourselves.
Nope, not at all. So if you guys want to join our team, we would obviously love to have you be a part of it. Reach out to the coach that invited you into this group, reach out to the coach that sent you this recording, and we would love to answer any other questions that you have. So if you have any, just comment below this video, reach out to the coach that sent this to you, and hopefully we'll be welcoming you onto our team pages soon. All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.